The 2017 UK Open quarter-final between Gerwyn Price and Ian White was a masterclass in drama and precision. With the deciding leg underway, Ian White was on fire, hitting a 180 and a 140 to set himself up with 3 darts at double 10. The crowd could feel it. White was on the verge of reaching his first major semi-final. But then, the unthinkable happened. His first dart went astray, hitting double 15 instead of double 10. The misstep left White stunned and the crowd in disbelief. Meanwhile, Gerwyn Price capitalized on the opening, delivering a sensational 160 checkout to secure a dramatic win. Price would go on to reach the final of the tournament, a career-launching moment that solidified his rise to the top. For Ian White, this moment became a haunting what if a player capable of brilliance. He once whitewashed Michael van Gerwen 6-0 in a floor final. White's mechanics faltered under the immense pressure. Had White landed that double 10, he might have faced Peter Wright in the final and possibly taken the title. Instead, he was left to wonder, what if I'd given myself 3 clean darts at double 10? This miss not only denied him the semi-final, but also added another chapter to the ongoing conversation about the greatest players never to win a major title. We're heading back to 1980 to Eric Bristow's first World Championship final against Bobby George. In a shorter format, first to 5 sets, the final was a masterclass in high-pressure darts. But in the closing moments, a series of decisions and misses created one of the sport's ultimate what-if scenarios. Bobby George, sitting on 141, worked his way down to double 9. But then came the critical moment. With 66 points left and 1 dart in hand, Bobby unexpectedly went for treble 16. It was an unorthodox choice, one that no one has replicated since, and it left him facing a notoriously tricky double 9. Eric Bristow had his chance, narrowly missing tops for the title. Bobby then had 2 opportunities to turn the match on its head, but missed double 9 and, in a miscalculated throw, hit 20 when going for a single one. Had Bobby hit that double, he would have leveled the match at 4 sets apiece, taking all the momentum into a deciding set. But fate had other plans. Eric Bristow claimed the title and went on to cement his legacy as one of the greatest of all time. Would Bobby's career have looked different if he'd won that title? Quite possibly. Still, Bobby George became a legend in his own right. But this match stands as a true sliding doors moment, a scenario where 1 dart could have altered not just the outcome of the final, but the trajectory of 2 remarkable careers. The 2014 Masters final between James Wade and Mervyn King is remembered for its drama, heartbreak, and the infamous really moment. Mervyn King was in sublime form throughout the tournament, unquestionably the standout player. And halfway through the final, it looked like a foregone conclusion. King stormed ahead to a 5-0 lead, then 9-2, and even 1-0-6 in a race to 11. Then disaster struck. With 8 match darts across 5 legs, King couldn't close it out. James Wade capitalized, mounting an incredible comeback and finishing with a brilliant 135 checkout on tops to claim the win. That season, King also reached the semi-finals of the UK Open, European Championship, and Grand Slam of darts, proof that he was consistently among the best. A major title here could have reshaped the trajectory of his career, giving him the recognition his talent so richly deserves. Mervyn King's quiet demeanor means we may never fully understand how much moments like this have affected him. Perhaps one day, in his autobiography, he'll share his perspective on how these near misses shaped his journey. Until then, this match remains a bittersweet chapter in the story of one of dart's most talented yet unlucky players. In the second round of the 2017 BDO World Championship, Paul Hogan was on fire, putting Durrant in a position no one expected. With just 16 points needed for victory, Hogan had the match in his grasp. But then, in a shocking twist, he hit double 16, busting his score. It was the lifeline Glenn needed. He clawed his way back, not only winning the match but using that momentum to dominate the rest of the tournament, eventually claiming his first of 3 Lakeside titles. This match wasn't just about Durrant's escape, it was a crossroads moment for Paul Hogan. Had he capitalized on his opportunity, he might have won the title himself, potentially propelling him to the PDC and transforming his career from the professional amateur into something much more. Every champion needs a little luck along the way, but what separates the greats is their ability to seize those opportunities. Glenn Durrant's legacy began with this nail-biting encounter, and the rest, as they say, is history. Michael Smith has long been plagued by mistitled darts in major finals. The first came in the 2018 World Series of Darts finals against James Wade, and it's likely that loss added mental pressure when he faced Peter Wright in the 2020 Masters final. With the score at 101-0, Smith had 3 darts at tops to claim his first major, but the mental demons reappeared. Wright, who himself had suffered a similar fate in 2017, capitalized on Smith's miss and took the title. While players like Wright recover from these setbacks, it's still unclear whether Smith can. He's incredibly talented, but needs that extra mental strength to get over the line. If he can find that mental edge, more titles are sure to follow. It might be time for Smith to consider mental training, like Glenn Durrant, to help him turn those near misses into victories. In the 2024 World Darts Championship final, 16-year-old Luke Littler was on the brink of making history against Luke Humphries. At 2-2 in sets, Littler had a chance to take a commanding 5-2 lead with 112 remaining. But his attempt to set up a top finish went wrong. His second dart landed in the triple 18, leaving him with just 4 points remaining. Littler paused, checking with the referee to confirm his score, disrupting his usual fast rhythm. The following dart missed double 2, and instead of being 5-2 up, the momentum shifted. Humphries capitalized, winning 4 sets in a row to take the title. That one dart, a small mistake, turned the tide of the match. It reminded many of the 2013 World Championship final when a young Michael van Gerwen missed a set dart at 5-2 and lost. But Van Gerwen bounced back to win the title the next year. Could history repeat itself for Littler?